Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the audio roast. I hope you can hear me from way back here. It's time to do the show. Come on in, get warmed up by the campfire, why don't you? It's gonna be a cozy episode. Yeehaw! Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
Tonight on the show, Jody, Guy, Cottengim, and Averill Cates.
And now, please welcome the man with a face that made Ray Charles flinch. He's your friend and mine, your host, Jared Isaacs.
Hi there, hey there, hello and welcome to the Audio Roast. Yeehaw! It's me, your host, Jared Isaacs. Thank you so much for stopping by, spending a little bit of your time here with us this week. So, we are talking all things Outlaw Country today. We've got Averill Cates from Averill Cates and Jody Guy Cottengim from Papa Green Shoes and Rewind Records here on the show with us. I am so excited to have both of these guests on. You have no idea. I've wanted these two on together. Josh can attest for a long time. So, before we start with the show, though, we need you to hit that subscribe button down below. While you're there, hit that little notification bell. Make sure you turn on all notifications so that when we put out a video, you know about it. You can also comment along throughout today's show and share it to your social media pages. If you're a fan of podcasts, check out ours. Just search for Audio Roast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you listen to your other podcasts. You'll find us there as well. You can check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/Audio Roast. There you'll find bonus footage, behind the scenes stuff, extra games, extra artist spotlights, extra, read all about it. Patreon.com/Audio Roast. You can also check out our playlist at the end of today's episode and most episodes. Just go to iTunes or Spotify and search for Audio Roast. There you'll find some cool tunes that we put together. They tie into the themes of the shows that we've done, is what it's all about. So if you like Outlaw Country, check out today's playlist. It's that simple. If you don't want to go to iTunes or Spotify, where else can you go? AudioRoast.com. It's your official one-stop shop for all things Audio Roast related, be it
merch,
or 7 songs in 7 days lists, or links to our sponsors, or
merch,
or all kinds of fun stuff over there, guys. Check it out. We update it every so often, so check it out. I don't know, just do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show.
7 songs in 7 days.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Right. Okay, so here's how this week's 7 songs in 7 days shook out. Holy guacamole, Batman. This is quite a list. I imagine this means a lot to you and your significant other. I can't say that it meant anything to me, so in the number 7 spot from Julia Drake Cobb, Steven by K.E. $Ha! Kesha. I know. I'm just trying to get you to comment down below and yell at me. Yeah, that song was awful. It actually started out really good. Josh made a great point, like, especially with the harmonies and stuff in the front half. I was like, hey, yes! Now, I know she's a great songwriter. I will never question that. I know she is. But it's that whiny, I'm out. I just can't do it. Not my thing. Sorry for you. In the number 6 spot from Christy Pressler, we've got Hurricane by Theory of a Dead Man. Butt rock.
Bruh.
Not my cup of tea. I'd rather have a cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, okay. Floppy hats, hashtag floppy hats. Number 5 spot from Julia Drake Cobb. We've got Where I Belong by Simple Plan and State Champs. More butt rock, but this one was actually more palatable, if you will. I will say it's really funny, though, watching a dude with gray in his beard try to act angsty and just, he's obviously trying to appeal to teens and tweens. It's kind of weird. Didn't really appeal to me that much. Not a bad song, though. Number 4 spot from Julia Drake Cobb, we've got Dreamer by Prince. Definitely a deep cut, in my opinion, of Prince, but it was very heavy for a Prince song. I think Josh would agree. Just had that heavy rock, old school rock, slightly metal kind of sound to it. I dug it. It was cool stuff, man. In the number 3 spot from Julia Drake Cobb, Dance With Me Tonight by Ollie Murs. I hope I'm saying that right. If not, oh well. This was a fun one, man. This one really reminded me of some old, 60s Motown-y, just people were playing actual instruments, and it sounds happy and upbeat, and I dug it. Not saying that it's going to be one of my favorites per se, but I actually like the throwback feel a lot. Tell me if you heard the same kind of influence. And the number 2 spot from Julia Drake Cobb, Does Your Mother Know by ABBA. Speaking of heavy, are you kidding me? ABBA with this? That bass line and that rhythm guitar was heavy in some of those spots. Definitely didn't sound disco until that part where it sounded really disco. What a great song. I've never heard this. But it goes between disco and rock, and I liked it a lot. See what I did there? Number 1 spot, I think this is her first time winner that we've got here. From Mentioned Jewels, we've got If You Could Only Read My Mind by Gordon Lightfoot. Can't say that he's a go-to favorite by any means, but I really dig the song, and I love his voice. He's got such a storyteller kind of voice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now it's your turn to use the hashtag 7. Just nominate any song from any style, any genre, or any decade. Just make it a song. We'll take the next 7 days, give it a listen, give it a rank, because it's new music, it's fun, it's country music, and we can. We'll be back right after this. Stick around.
Classic rock coffee. It's coffee that rocks, yeah. This ain't your typical coffee shop. It's Java with attitude, baby. From the moment you step onto the stage, you'll see, hear and taste the difference. We're rocking and roasting 7 days a week with guitars, amps, lights, burning wrists and groupies. We've got the best coffee, frappe, smoothies, protein shakes, pastries and sandwiches. Oh yeah, green M&Ms if you get backstage. Come on in and get a whole lot of love. Get the idea, my babies? Even if you don't love classic rock, well, that's impossible. You're gonna love classic rock coffee. Check us out. Located at Kansas Expressway and Sunset.
I have just one question. Have you thought about being a guest on the show? We are currently seeking music lovers of all kinds to join in on our fun. If you're interested in being a guest, or if you just have questions, comments, or suggestions, you can message us on Facebook or email us at theaudioroastpodcast@gmail.com. You can also submit any topics you'd like to hear discussed.
Welcome back, kiddies. Welcome back. We have a very fun show. Thank you for sticking around. Are you still around? Hope you're still around. Hopefully this sexy little straw hat didn't scare you away. You know what I'm saying? Am I alone here? Josh, you with us today?
I am down here in the lower right-hand corner. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Well, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Oh, well, thanks. So, man, I'm so pumped up for some old school country today.
Some would call it outlaw country.
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling a little bit of an
What
outlaw.
defines an outlaw country song?
Might even pour me a shot into my coffee today.
Yeah.
My
Did you hear
cowboy
me?
coffee.
Did you hear me?
No, I
What?
can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No.
What defines an outlaw country song?
Well, clearly somebody that's not Karen. Is that a correct answer?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outlaw country just means you go at your own pace. Legitimately, what it meant was that they weren't going through their regular Nashville recording labels and stuff. They were doing things on their own and answering to themselves is what literally outlaw country was defined as.
Yeah. I didn't know if they had to commit crimes to actually write the songs.
Have to is a very lucid word. But yeah. Yeah, you march to the beat of your own drum. That's outlaw country.
Okay.
But you do it with a pair of chaps.
Okay.
Hey, what's in our mug today, Josh?
Well, let's find out.
All right, let's do.
Back in black! When I'm back in black!
Back in Black from Classic Rock
Back
Coffee.
in Black.
What kind of ingredients are we talking today, Josh?
Well, we are talking a Guatemalan blend that's dark roasted, caramel, brown sugar, and just a hint of lemon.
Oh, a hint of lemon. That'll be good on my old vocal cords.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
Back in Black. Isn't it funny? I feel like we always drink this when we do a country episode.
Yeah, well.
Wonder if it's the aesthetic of the graphics.
It could be, yeah. Let's see.
Might be onto something. Might be showing all my cards.
It looks like a little outlaw country right there.
It does.
It sure.
That actually looks a lot like one of our guests today, Jody Cottengim.
Yeah. He is kind of
Tall
thin.
and skinny.
Yeah. Plus always packing.
Well, hey. If you know, you know. All right. Well, that was a good cup of coffee. Man, I feel like we got a lot to get into. So let's just jump right into things.
Mail!
Let's see what today's mail is. Oh, it even came with a stamp because it's traveled. I like it. I like it a lot. It's an official stamp, too, of the U.S. government or something. All right. This week's mailbag. Let's check out our first question this week. Need an iron. All right. Well, we've got nothing this week because you guys didn't write anything in, so we've got no questions in our mailbag. Josh, show the people how they can send us a question.
They can drop us an email or they can put in the comments below.
Hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Stalk Joshua on TikTok and send him some questions.
Oh, you don't want to see my TikTok page?
No?
Yeah, it's conspiracy rants.
Well, just like that, that's going to wrap up today's mailbag. Well, what a week. Josh, how was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was pretty good. Went and saw my folks. Just kind of chilled at the house mostly, but yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You?
Well, same. Didn't go to Lebanon to see my folks, but I did chill at the house. We got a PS5 this week, so.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's our nerdiness level at my house has been through the roof.
What game you playing?
Ratchet and Clank and Elden Ring.
I've heard of Elden Ring. Not sure about Ratchet and Clank.
Fair. It's the one that's been around for 25 years, but that's all right.
Did you say Ratchet and Clank?
Clank.
Clank.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Is it?
It's a good one.
Okay.
Yep. Indeed. So, if this episode is late airing, you'll know why. No.
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to not say that ever again because I'll jinx myself. It is, I mean, let's just talk about that. What a freaking process it is to upload a video, man. This is ridiculous. I spend, I don't know how many hours throughout the week editing the show, but once that's done, and it's not a big, like, I don't mind editing. I think it's actually kind of relaxing to a degree. Mm-hmm. But what's not relaxing, especially for my blood pressure, is waiting for that stupid stuff to download and upload and reload and just, it's insane the amount of hours it takes. Last week's episode, Josh, took 13 and a half hours just to save the edit.
Oh my god.
And then another like 5 hours to upload it to YouTube.
That may be a computer problem, right?
That's what I think. I think so too. Please sign up for our Patreon page.
Yeah.
Throw us a few bucks. It'll make the show a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, we need a new computer.
We need a new computer.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Oh, I forgot to hit my accent bell. That's what this is, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Know. Yeah.
Okay.
My accent. Yeah. Oh, that's my accent bell. I had to. You have to start it and stop it.
Okay.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. And it's been a while since I could.
Do you need me on camera for this? Or are you gonna just hit your bell over and over again? I can bolt out for a second if you need some time with your bell.
I got nothing else.
Okay.
That was that bit.
So you can ring your bell.
Yeah. So I can what?
Ring my bell.
Ring my bell. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Jump right in the show. Josh, you got a cowboy hat you're going to throw on or something?
I don't.
All right, screw it.
Okay.
Well, be an outlaw. See if I care.
That's right. My outlawness is I'm dressing nice.
Love it. We'll be back right after this.
Hey musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next level production and let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. For more information, contact Jared Isaacs at sunsetproductionsspringfield@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Sunset Productions. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox. Be an experience.
Moo moo, buckaroo. We've got some Outlaw Country today, and we're going to bring on our first guest. You know him from the band Papa Green Shoes, from Rewind Records, one of our favorite sponsors here on the show. He's just a good dude. Let's go ahead and welcome at this time our first guest, Mr. Jody Guy Cottengim. Howdy, partner. Oh my gosh.
How goes it?
It goes well. Jody, how are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
I like the new place.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks.
I dig.
It's been a lot of change, but it's
beautiful.
It's nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here, let me
It's
get
beautiful.
you in lead singer mode. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. So, what's new with you, man?
Just been on the road a little while,
Yep.
and came back off the road.
Are you trucking now, or what kind of road
No,
work are you
just
doing?
hitchhiking.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
hitchhiking, trying to get ready for this Outlaw set.
Trying to get in the groove.
We took a trip to Tulsa and just came back today. But
Nice.
other than that, things
What's
are
going
pretty-
on in Tulsa? Records?
No, we went and saw a Jack White concert.
Oh, how was that?
It was spectacular. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
He is an energetic, incredibly talented musician. The show was very, very well thought out. You could just tell. My first no cell phone show. So that was interesting. It's not just everybody selfieing their faces off and videoing. And
weren't you saying they put it like in a baggie or something?
Yeah,
and then
there's a company, and they set up, and as they're wanding you and putting you through the, come on in process,
right?
It's put your phone in this bag, and then they give you the bag back. And then if you need to use it, then you run off like to nowhere land to pull it out for an emergency situation. But
gotcha.
You just put it in this bag, and then you carry that little bag around, and it wasn't bulky, but it was interesting.
Huh.
And it was very noticeable when the show happened.
Yes.
It really
good
was.
Noticeable, probably.
Very good.
Yeah.
You had to be there. You had to be present.
Yes, in the moment.
It was.
Yeah.
And
you know what's funny is I totally kind of peg you as a Jack White fan, and then again, not at all. What got you into him?
Saturday Night Live. He performed probably 2 years ago in the middle of the pandemic.
Okay.
He did Lazaretto and A Ball and a Biscuit. And it was on a whim. I think there was supposed to be a country artist that was supposed to be on there, and then he got in some trouble. Got kicked off a couple of days before, and Jack jumped in, and I just happened to catch that. And so if you can YouTube or pull up whatever source you use for video, the Saturday Night Live, Jack White, Lazaretto, and then Ball and a Biscuit. Those two performances are what kind of got me going.
That's awesome.
And then I went down the rabbit hole of figuring out what was the truth, and Jack's a little liar. But it's okay, it's okay.
How so?
Well, his name's not Jack, for one. His name's John.
That's true.
And he wasn't brother and sister with the white striped lady. That was actually his first wife. And then he took her name, and then they separated in the middle of the White Stripes, but kept things going for tour's sake.
Yep.
Then he married another lady, had 2 children, gave them the last name White, has recently... or not recently, got rid of that second wife. And then 2 months ago, he married his third wife on stage as a part of the encore of one of his shows.
Wow.
And so then I was like, what's up with this fella? And then it got me into the Dead Weather. It got me into the Racketeers.
Yes.
I'm still not a huge White Stripe fan, but I love his original stuff he does.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've just been diving
he's
deep.
very deep and eclectic, but he rose up with all the super clean, poppy, groovy, White Stripes kind of stuff, and then
it's very planned. It's very specific.
Yeah.
It's very he has intent.
Yes,
everything he does has purpose.
Yeah,
and you can tell that through his recordings. You can tell that just the way he carries himself in the industry. I mean, the guy owns Third Man Records, and he owns his own recording studios. Yep. He does things his way. He kind of reminds me of probably how Prince wanted things to be, when you could control your own destiny and control your own recording and get your own money. And he's an eccentric, excellent human.
You know who he reminds me a lot of? You and your brother. That's the part that I'm like, I can totally kind of see you as a Jack White fan because of that. I'll never forget watching him. I don't remember what performance it was. It might have been on a late night talk show or something, but he was playing guitar, and all of a sudden, from the guitar's body, he picks up a harmonica microphone on the retractable cord and starts singing into it as an effect.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude is on another level. Like, just insane.
The guitar work he did last night, probably half of his guitars, they all look the same. There's half of them lined up over here and half of them lined up over here. But every time he picked up a guitar, it wasn't only just tuned different. It was literally a different tone.
Wow.
There could be an acoustic sound. It could be some kind of techno sound. It could be just a regular old raunchy guitar, grungy sound.
Yeah.
But every one of them looked the same. And then they all sounded completely different, not just tuned different.
Interesting.
And so
I love his choice of guitars too. It's like the crappiest, dirtiest. Yeah, I think he actually even said that his main guitar that he goes to is an old one that he got from Montgomery Ward.
Don't doubt it.
If anybody remembers what Montgomery Ward is.
I think he believes in tone more than tune.
Absolutely.
And like as a drummer, I love tone.
Right.
And he can pull any tone. He doesn't need $1 million worth of gear.
Nope.
He could take, like you said, some kind of Sears and Roebuck or Montgomery Wards, or he could take a radio flyer, string it, and probably just play the crap out of it.
Absolutely. Have you seen the documentary with him and Jimmy Page and The Edge?
No.
It's called make it loud, or it will be loud, or something like that. It was on Netflix, I think. Definitely check it out. Yeah. It's I mean, as up your alley as anything I could have imagined.
I've been diving deep. I love his professionalism. I love the way that it's planned. It's not just slam together and then let's go play a gig.
Right.
It is specific.
Yeah.
And then reading through and learning about him, he has local contact because Vance Powell, who learned how to do things here in Springfield, he is his go-to guy and has been for a lot of Third Man recordings, C6 Steve, a bunch of different artists that record through Jack's place.
Yeah.
And then also the Dead Weather and the Racketeers and this newest original thing. And
yeah.
One of the strangest things about Jack or not really, one of the neatest things I've learned here recently, of course, having Rewind records and going through records and listening to things all the time. So the Lazaretto album, we put it on, and I go to put it on, from the outside in is normal.
Right.
And it's going, I'm like, what the heck? And I thought, this is a bad record.
No way.
So I moved the needle over, and all of a sudden it's playing. And I thought, well, maybe it's just a jack in the front of the record or something. No. He decided to run this album from the inside out. And I thought, well, this is interesting. You flip the album over, and it looks completely different. It's actually an unpolished finish that reminds you of a brand new 78.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the first track on that side is a double cut track. So the first part of the song is acoustic. The second part of the song is electric, and it meets up in the middle of that song. And then where the label is on the album, you can play that label on one side as a 45, and it'll play a song. And you flip it over, you play the label on the other side on 78 speed, and it'll play.
Wow.
So he's just doing whatever he wants to.
That's crazy.
And, doing the Rewind record thing, and a lot of people are like, I'm all full digital, I'm just full digital, or, that's a media source that's dead. Okay, that's fine. But this is a media source that you can do anything you want to with.
Exactly.
And even on that album, as I read, and I'm like, what's going on with this? And it's the first time ever that there's actually a hologram on the dead space of this album as well, too.
Really?
So if you take a flashlight and you just give it one good beam down, you see this spinning cross thing I'll show it to you sometime.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I've got to see that.
It's the first time ever, and it's just an artist friend of his, and he allowed them to print a hologram on that 33.
Wow.
In the dead space of the side that plays from the inside out.
That's nuts.
The outside in. So he's just having fun. And that was an album or two ago. So
yeah,
he's just having a blast, and I like him a lot. So
yeah,
that's where we came from. Straight there, straight here.
Very cool. How are things at the record store?
They are busy.
Yeah,
very busy. We're only in Marshfield.
Only in Marshfield, and you guys have expanded.
We have. We started as just it's in an antique store.
Okay.
A lot of people, it's like flea market, booth store, but it is a very high end antique store, and it's not just a craft fair. We started with a 4x8 booth that worked out well. Went to 8x8 that worked out well. I got with the owner lady and said, "Hey, I'd like to have this section." It worked out to where last February we did expand, and so now we're like 25 by 25 by 35.
Wow.
It's a big triangle. And
that's a jump from a 4x4 to an 8x8 to a 25 something. Holy cow.
We filled it up with a lot more vinyl, so there's thousands of records, probably 2,000-3,000 records in there. Then we went CDs. I pulled out some good CDs.
Yeah.
Brought that media back. And then equipment like starter guitars, starter snare drums, bell kits, just things that.
What about like if somebody's interested in getting into vinyl, but they're like, I don't have anything to play it on, or I don't have speakers. I've got a turntable, but no speakers. Do you have stuff like that?
Yeah. That was one of the first things that we started adding. Even in that 8x8, I thought we've got enough space. We could put some record players in here.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of started learning about record players and the quality and the difference in the quality.
Yeah.
Those little suitcase kind.
Yeah.
It's great for a kid, but if you want to listen to records, that's probably definitely a beginner level.
Right. And that's something that I find important knowledge is people hear about other folks talking of the quality of vinyl and stuff, and it's this coveted
Diamond
thing.
needles, and
but if you don't play it through something quality, you're gonna miss the mark on that.
And it's a huge difference. You can play something through a lower quality piece of equipment, and it's going to sound like what you would think a 50s and 60s album is going to sound like. Kind of scratchy, kind of airy,
right?
Kind of just. But then you throw it on a system with a nice turntable, good power, nice speakers,
Yep.
At least highs, mids, and lows, and
Yep.
and maybe even a little EQ. And then next thing you know, you're hearing things that you don't hear. It's a real organic, real. It's not digitized. It's not digital.
Yeah.
So you have that analog, airy feel a lot of times, and you can hear the room.
Yeah.
It's not, gated where you only hear that certain drum beat or that certain signal. You're going to hear everything in the room. And those are neat things too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think live albums, I used to kind of not like live, if I'd listen to a live CD or a live cassette or something, but a live album, you're almost listening to not the music.
Right.
You're hearing the background.
You're listening
stuff.
to the atmosphere. You're listening to everything that it encapsulates. Yeah.
And so people that have done, like Johnny Cash did the things in the prisons, whether it was San Quentin or Folsom Prison. Aretha Franklin did a couple recordings in a church a long time ago. And just to take those kind of recordings and listen to them, it's just neat. You just almost feel like you're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's cool.
Yep.
That's real cool.
Very much so.
So the record world's going good. The band world, we're still playing. We've got some shows coming up real soon.
You're at Kiss in the Cellar, I think, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the Rewind thing.
Okay.
I've been coming to the Cellar on the Sunday nights for the Sunday Night Jam, and Sandy and I are doing a little pop-up. So we bring 400 or 500 albums, and it's right in front of musicians. And so it seems to be a neat thing. So Rewind is coming to the Cellar on Sunday nights, kind of as a regular for their Sunday Night Jam. And then our band, though, the Papa Green Shoes group, we are playing Kiss. I think it's on the 3rd. And then we're going to play the Branson Landing, I think, on the 11th. Nice.
You guys have done that before, yeah?
Yeah, a few times. It's fun.
It's a fun
It's
gig.
fun until you get everything soaking wet. And,
it's always to me more than even I almost said a 50-50%, but it's almost like a 70-30% chance of the times that I've gone to Branson for a show and get rained on.
Yeah. Or the fountains get you. Because it could be sunny and nice, and all of a sudden they blow them fountains out.
Better the fountains than the fire, though.
Yeah, if the wind's running the wrong way. I'm a drummer, so it doesn't care.
Right.
I'm just like, wipe it off.
Yeah, you're like, oh, thank God.
Casey's over there covering up the $1 million keyboard, and Stoney's trying not to get electrocuted, and Dean's just like, I'm not singing that one.
Oh, it's raining?
Yeah, Mr. Smooth, he's just clicking and ticking.
Yep, good stuff. Hey, so we've got some games that we're going to play. Are you down to stick around and play some games?
I will stick around and play some games.
Cool. So before we head out, I got to give you a few options to end this little segment that we're doing.
All right.
So you can add to my big shiny ball. We can do best 2 out of 3 rock, paper, scissors, or we can have an awkward pause.
Let's not pick awkward pause.
Okay.
Let's not pick awkward pause. So you want me to pick one of the 3? Even though your shiny ball sounds real fun. No, let's play with your ball.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Add to it?
Add to it.
Oh, I can do this.
Yeah, whatever the Jody amount is, you just do it.
Have some of that. Let's do this. Let's do this. I didn't know this was coming.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Are we going to be able to break into somebody's car if need be with this, or what's going on
I mean,
here?
if you want. This is Outlaw. We are talking about outlaws today.
Who needs Play-Doh?
Nobody. Stuff tastes terrible anyway.
That's freaking amazing.
Wait a minute. Here.
There you go.
Hope that didn't hurt your ball.
No. There you go.
There you go.
Very nice.
Get you some of that.
Jody Cottengim, everybody. We'll be back right after this.
There you go.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Very nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
Hey Springfield, Robert and Cheryl Crook here.
And together we are Zen Lens Photo Media.
You've probably seen us around town, but did you know we also do family and children photography?
Don't forget maternity and infant sessions.
As well as senior portraits and weddings.
Please keep us in mind when you need event coverage and videography.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or at www.zenlensphotomedia.com.
Or you can give us a call at 417-818-7067 and book your session today.
Hey, welcome back to the show. We've got some more action for you. We're going to bring out somebody I've not really got a chance to talk to, barely met. So we're going to have a good conversation, and then we're going to go over and play some games. Let's welcome at this time the one and only Averill Cates.
Good to see you. Go ahead and have a seat.
Oh, so how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Good. You playing a lot of music, huh?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, very cool. So you actually came on to my radar last summer when you were at Jack Mountain.
That's whenever it really blew up. I didn't really have, no one really knew my name. I wasn't really playing shows, one a month if I was lucky. And I played Bash and on the scene, really just pushed my name out there. And it's just been really crazy since then.
That's awesome.
Much.
But so you were playing before then?
Yeah, I've been playing in bars since I was 15, late 15. And just trying to push my way into the scene pretty much.
Very nice. Well, welcome.
Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So if I've done my research, and by research I mean Facebook stalking, correctly, you grew up in a musical family, I'm assuming, right?
Sort of. My dad played music in high school whenever he was growing up, and then it was just kind of back to normal. And then I got my guitar whenever I turned 13, and me and my dad have a project called the Muskie Dimes, and we do bluegrass and stuff like that. And then I do just random stuff on my own project, pretty much.
Very cool. Yeah, I wondered, I saw stuff that you and your dad was playing together, and I didn't know if that was just its own project or something, or if that was just him supporting you and playing with you or what. But so have you guys done shows together?
Yeah. The Muskie Dimes, we don't do as much shows, but mostly it's usually just Averill Cates. But we've played just around Springfield and around our area, and then we've got a Muskie Dimes show on June 18th in Eureka Springs, actually.
Nice, very cool. Have you played down there before?
Last spring I actually got the chance to open for Eureka Strings and Chucky Wags. I think Opal Agafi was even there, and it was just it was the first night after the whole pandemic and stuff, so everyone was just wanting to get out, and it was a really fun show at Chelsea's.
Very cool. So what are some of the types of bands that you would be playing with? Because I'm not even sure where to classify you, which I love.
I don't know what I am. Maybe in a few years I will, but I've played with the Burdocks, hardcore punk.
Yeah.
And then I've played with the Broken Binding is who I play with the most, because James Green really helped me get started on the scene and stuff. But it just kind of goes all around. I've been labeled Outlaw. I used to call it Angry Country. It just kind of fits.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't really know what I am though. I'm just kind of me.
When I first saw you, the thing that came to my mind was like outlaw grunge. It's like you take that old school outlaw country, but with a modern twist, like that kind of I don't care mode. Yeah. But there's certain things that you do care about, which shines through in the right ways. That's to me what made people go, I don't know what that is, but I like it about you. So yeah. What I mean specifically is when you were at bashing the grass out in at Jack Mountain, you were playing what people know as outlaw country with face paint. Coming from me, I love that. I don't know, where did that come from?
My first CD I ever got was it was a Green Day CD, but then the second one I ever got was Johnny Cash. And so I've just always been around like grunge and punk, but I've also been obsessed for a long time with like outlaw country and just folk all the way back to like the 1800s and stuff. But I just like goth. Like gothic is my main kind of thing. And it's fun to mix the two because you just don't see it very often.
Especially around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Wow. So was that like your first time performing with face paint and that kind of stuff and just a different look? Or is that just like everyday Averill?
That's pretty much just what I wear on the usual.
Nice.
I was kind of lazy today, so I didn't do any makeup. But it's just kind of the normal. And I'll go like really extreme sometimes, like borderline death metal. Or other days I'll just do something simple. Yeah. But I'm still just a hillbilly.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love that you are trying different things on and seeing what fits because it's great. It's fun to sit back and watch as somebody who went through and did the same thing. I love it. So you do have kind of country roots and stuff, though, I'm assuming, being from around here, playing, bluegrass with your dad and stuff. So with outlaw country, you can hang pretty well with that, I would assume.
Yeah, I get along with most of the like country bands I've ever played with. I'll be opening for like Psychobilly band at the Cellar next month. And yeah, I mostly associate with the country bands whenever I'm playing, but I feel like I get along more with like punks and stuff.
Yeah. They feel more like your people.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with my metalhead crowd. Yeah. So tell me about like you're a singer-songwriter. You write your own music as well.
Yeah.
Not just play covers and stuff, right?
Yeah, I've got one album out so far.
Nice. What is your writing process like? Are you writing, the music part first? Do the lyrics come first? How does that work for you?
If I force the music, then I'll usually I either just kind of do it all at once, and then I feel like they come out clunky kind of, but it's also when some of like my best songs have been written. I don't really have much of a process. I've struggled with mental illness for most of my life. So usually it's like 2 a.m, just some random day.
Yeah.
And that's like my only escape. So, and that's when like my favorite songs come out. So I've never really like had a schedule or like a real plan. It just kind of comes together.
Yeah. No, I tend to think of myself as a creative person. But that always happens after midnight for me as well. I tend to be a late night kind of guy anyway, but yeah, to me, that's when those creative juices are really flowing, when there's literally nothing else that you can do. Yeah. It forces your mind to kind of focus in on what you're doing. So if you're writing your own stuff and you're performing your own stuff, are you only ever going to be a solo act, or can you see yourself being with like a full-fledged band at any point?
I'd like to do full band. It's been solo for pretty much since the start, and I've been working up. I used to do just like a bass drum and a tambourine, and then I saw Chucky Wags play in Eureka Springs, and he had the bass drum and a snare for the kick. And I totally ripped that off from him, but mine is so junky. It's just a suitcase, and then I put the snare drum on top of it, and I use a guitar strap. I just close it in on there and like close it to where it locks in place. And sometimes it works. But I'm wanting to move to full band, and I might have some confidential big stuff coming up soon about that.
Very cool.
But for now, it's just solo.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to hear whatever you come up with next, because like I said, I've sat back and watched a lot of your stuff since last year, and then have enjoyed all of it. So I'm super excited, whatever it is that you got up your sleeve, short sleeve or not. I'm excited to hear what you've got. So
Thank you.
absolutely. I'm excited. Same thing. We're going to play some games here in a little bit if you'll stick around. But I saw that you brought your guitar. So will you play a song for us here after a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple options too. I'm going to change things up a little bit on this one though. Would you like to make something out of Play-Doh? Would you like to go best 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors? Or would you like to have an awkward pause?
I'm going to be honest. I'm torn between the Play-Doh and the awkward pause.
Let's make something out of Play-Doh awkwardly.
I'm okay with that. Can I just keep eye contact with the camera while I make it?
Yes.
Cool.
Pick your color there. Okay.
Is it 7?
4. The barbell of some sort. Wow.
I think it's a dog.
It looks like it. Yes, I had a dog like that once. It didn't last long.
Oh, I forgot the
Averill Cates, everybody.
Good God Almighty. We're talking about white shoes, bell-bottom pants, and a shirt that looks like a picnic. Dolly Parton. You want 70s country? That looks like a beautiful human. Speaking of another beautiful human, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. That's Kenny back when Kenny looked like Kenny, the Gambler album. I think that one's 78. And this girl was so good, and this song was so hot, they even actually made a movie. Levon Helm plays on this album. Sissy SpaceX sings all the songs. But Loretta Lynn's Coal Miner's Daughter from 1979, the movie was.
Go to Marshfield, Missouri to Rewind Records. That is 1100 Spur Drive, Suite 120. It's about 20 minutes up the road. We've been kicking it for about a year, and we are just growing. We're getting bigger and bigger. We've got all kinds of things to offer you. I just want you to do one thing. Keep listening to good music.
Classic rock coffee. Our coffee rocks.
We've made it over here to the game center, and I'm glad that you joined us. We're going to play a fun game with Averill and Jody. Let's see what we're doing. Oh, guess the song in reverse. All right, gentlemen, the way this game is going to work, we're going to play a song, 30-second clip, backwards. And whenever you feel like you know the artist and the name of the song, buzz in on your buzzers. You get a point for each answer that you get right.
Okay.
So, without any further ado, I mean, it's not rocket science. It's just Outlaw Country.
Good luck.
I'm going to need it.
I love it. I love the sportsmanship already. All right. Josh and I are used to, people fighting for the death for these points. These are highly valuable points. All right. So let's check out our first song. Averill.
Mama Tried by Merle Haggard.
Mama Tried by Merle Haggard. Jody, how do you feel about that?
I thought it was Willie, but I didn't know the song.
It did
yet.
sound a lot like Willie,
A little
didn't
bit
it?
like Willie.
Let's see what the answer is. Mama Tried by Merle Haggard. Got it. It's funny, though. It did sound a lot like Willie when it's backwards.
I thought it was Willie at first, honestly.
Yeah. Good job. 2 points for Averill. Check out our next song. Jody.
Johnny Paycheck, take this job and shove it.
All right. Averill, how do you feel about that? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So confident. I love it. Let's check out if that's the right answer. Oh, yeah. Sure enough. 2 points for Jody.
Yeah.
Man, see, this ain't so bad. Now that we've broken the ice, we're good. Averill, in case you missed it, no pressure. He does own a vinyl record store, so he probably just sits there and tests them backwards. Yeah. Check out our next song.
I think I know it, guys.
I'm dying over here because I actually know it. I have no. Not just because I made the game.
It's Johnny Cash, and it's Neumann.
Jody.
Willie Nelson ain't living long like this. Not Willie Nelson. Waylon Jennings ain't living long like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it.
What do you think?
I got no clue.
Got no clue. Josh, is he right?
No, he's not.
All right. What's the correct answer, Joshua?
It's the Dukes of Hazzard scene.
That's the good old boys.
No.
You did get Waylon, so I'll give you a point for that.
Okay. I was thinking Johnny Cash the whole time.
It sounded like Cash.
Yeah. It's funny how they sound like each other when they're backwards.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try our next song. Jody.
On the road again, Willie Nelson.
There you go. Headed to Tulsa for a Jack White concert. There it is. 2 points for Jody. Uh-oh, Averill, you started out hot and starting to slip a little bit.
Beginner's luck.
I don't know. Let's give you another shot here on this next song.
Hank Sr. Lonesome Whistle.
I'm so lonesome I could cry.
There you go. There you go. Man, I want to give that to you so bad because he had the right word.
I had one of the words right.
He got half, I got half.
Yep.
Nice work.
Yeah. By the way, how old are you?
18.
It blows my mind that you know any Hank Sr. song. I love that so much. All right, we got one more, guys. Check it out. Jody.
Conway Twitty, she thinks I. Oh no. I thought it was like she thinks I still care. It's not. That's not it though. I'm gonna go Conway Twitty. She thinks I still care.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose that.
Do you agree or do you have another idea?
I got no clue.
All right. Conway Twitty, something or another. Hello, darling.
That was Hello, Darling.
It's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. Gotta have that cry. Yeah. All right. Well, you got a point there for Conway. All right. So we're going to keep tallying of the points. Take a quick break. Come back and play one more game. Stick around.
This week's artist spotlight, Averill Cates.
You came with a whole bag of tricks. You've now got a harmonica in front of you.
Yeah, I got the whole band sound going, hopefully.
Nice. So what's the name of this next song you're going to be doing, and what's it about?
So this one, it really rolls off the tongue well, and that's my favorite part about it. It's that way you can tell your friends about it really easily. It's a poorly painted portrait of a queer lost in the South, hung in a dim-lit corner of a bourgeois museum in New York City circa 2021. whenever people ask, I just say this is a song about me ranting about my problems, honestly. But it's just kind of about growing up queer in the South, pretty much, even though it's still Missouri. But it's still not very cool.
So, all right, we'll have a quick little interview here. Same. Was it a struggle for you to decide to go into queer culture or musicianship? Like, do you feel torn between the two, or do you feel pretty cohesive?
I like tying the two together, kind of like a performative way, or at least showing. I like to think of it as reminding people about that old saying, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Because I dress like I'd be doing screamo or something, and then play country. But it's also, I like the way it looks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to write about my struggles with it and stuff. But I didn't really felt torn about that. It was mostly high school. High school was...
That's rough. Yeah. So for me, I'm in a metal band called Death May Die. I do full face paint, the whole thing. So whenever I was first coming out, it was like, okay, do I do that because it's artsy fartsy and cool, or do I go to Abercrombie and Fitch and fit in with the club kids and that kind of thing? So my journey, I was very torn. So I'm very proud to hear that you don't care, you're just doing you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So without any further ado, Averill Cates.
Go to college, but I failed. Tried to be a friend, I tried to repent of my sins. I let down every one of them. And I still don't know where I belong. Well, I'm lazy to the boomers, I'm an outcast to the zoomers. I guess I'll just stick to my songs. But I'm pretty sure I met Jesus at a Taco Bell. And I'm not really sure what he said, 'cause I was focused on the smell of cigarettes and liquor on his breath. But I think that it was something about death. Wait, that's not what he said. Oh, life is a lane that I'm driving too fast, and I'm a flaming car wreck waiting to happen. And oh, my flimsy bones, they're constantly snapping, 'cause I tried to hold the weight of the world. And I don't know if I'm a boy or a girl. Tried to express my self-identity, but everyone's afraid of me, and I'm afraid of what I see when I look in the mirror. But I'm pretty sure I met Jesus at a Taco Bell. And I'm not really sure what he said, 'cause I was focused on the smell of cigarettes and liquor on his breath. But I think that it was something about death. That's not what it was. Oh, life is a lane that I'm driving too fast, and I'm a flaming car wreck waiting to happen. And all my flimsy bones, they're constantly snapping, 'cause I tried to hold the weight of the world. Life is a lane that I'm driving too fast, and I'm a flaming car wreck waiting to happen. And all my flimsy bones, they're constantly snapping, 'cause I tried to hold the weight of the world. And the government says I can't be a girl, at least not today.
Thank you.
Hello, darling. It's nice to see you. We're here to play another game. Check out what we got.
Guess that emoji. Oh no. I'm in trouble, kid. I'm in trouble, kid.
Guess that emoji, and boy, are we all clear on what an emoji is. All right. So the way this is going to work, we're going to string together a few emojis that hopefully closely resemble the name of a song. We need you to tell us the name of the song and the artist. So, same thing. Whoever can buzz in quickest will get the point for each. Here we go.
Do it.
Averill.
Family tradition, Hank Jr.
Let's see if that's a correct answer. Boom. That's how you do it.
Okay.
2 points.
I was like,
well
family
done.
turkey?
Family turkey. Yeah, you know, holiday traditions. That's as close as I can get. We've tested this game out a couple times on Patreon, and everybody's like, dude, that was a bit of a stretch. And I'm like, yeah, you're telling me. I'm not the one that makes these emojis. So let's try another one here. All right, what's this one?
I think we got it. Ready?
Yeah.
Both of you together.
Cocaine Blues.
Johnny Cash.
There you go. Point apiece. Maybe we'll get some fancy editing. Probably not. There you go. Johnny Cash, the Cocaine Blues. Now that we're back on track, let's try our next one. Averill.
He stopped loving her today. I don't know why I can't remember who it is.
Jones.
George Jones?
Yeah, George Jones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
See if that's right. He stopped loving her
The
today.
17th. It's even the 17th.
Oh, shoot.
Today? Is it?
Not quite.
That's
You
what I
know.
thought. That's what I thought.
Yes, it's
I'm fucking lost.
today.
I would have believed it.
It's like, I swear it was the 24th or 5th.
All right, so Averill, you got the name of the song, but
I got George Jones.
you got George Jones. All right.
We're a team.
Yeah,
We're a team.
I love it. No
gonna put
question shall
together
be unanswered.
Punk country funk.
Funk country.
Punk.
funk tree.
Country.
Funk tree.
It's fucking funk tree.
All right, moving right along. Let's see our next one. Jody.
Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
Willie Nelson.
Let's see if that's right. Y'all are quite the team.
How they should do it in football. Because if both teams just teamed up to get as many points, then they'd get way more.
I agree. I like the way you think.
Makes perfect sense.
Totally. Can't we all just get along? All right, let's try another one here. Averill.
Copperhead Road, Steve Earle.
Let's see if that's right.
That's it.
That's the one. 2 points for Averill. Uh-oh, Jody. He's off in the front now. Maybe.
It was the green copperhead that got me. I was just
Yeah.
like, that's the coolest looking thing I've ever seen.
It was almost like a cobra. It had you in a trance.
You did.
All right. Let's go ahead and try another one. Jody, calm down. Don't be so aggressive.
Devil went down to Georgia. Charlie Daniels.
That's the one.
That guy.
I played one of those once. All right, let's try one more here. I predict this to be the hardest one of them all. Jody.
Brown Eyes Blue, Crystal Gale.
Oh, good song. Probably not, though. Okay, so let's talk this one out.
Okay.
What's the first emoji?
Shock, wow.
Yep. And then we've
Shock.
got what?
Pants.
What kind of pants?
Shock. Jeans, blue jeans. Blue jeans. Dark blue jeans. We were doing so good.
Time's up.
Yes.
All right. So let's see what the answer is for this one. Tight fitting jeans. They're so tight. That's all. I don't know. That's all I could find. I don't know. All right. No points for that one, but that's all right. We're gonna. Do we have another one?
No, we don't.
Wow.
But if you want more, you can always go to Patreon.
That's right. Patreon.com/audio roast. All right, so we have tallied all the points, and we indeed have a winner. I got to say before I reveal it, though, that was a good game. You guys are actually the first guys that played well together. You weren't out for blood, you were out for love, man. Nothing but love in this outlaw country. Until the points came along. So, Averill, you racked up a total of 10 points. Good job. Well done. Jody is our big winner today with 12 points. And by big winner, I mean really big winner. So, being that you're the big winner, we'll start with you. Where can people find, follow, or hear you next?
Come shop for your records and your music at Rewind Records in Marshfield, Missouri.
1100 Spur Drive.
Suite 120.
Inside of Unique Antiques
and Collectibles.
There you go.
That's just right off the 100 exit. Just head about 20 minutes up the road at Marshfield, Missouri. But if you want to come see some live music, Papa Green Shoes is going to play on the 11th at the Branson Landing. And then we'll be back in Springfield to open up for Tommy Two-Tone at the Riff, I believe, on the 13th. Other than that, check the website and just stay in touch.
And keep
listening to good music.
There you go.
Nice.
Hey, thank you so much for coming to join us today. And thank you so much. Love you too, brother. Thank you so much for your support on the show, too. I just really, it means a lot.
All the time. This is awesome.
Yeah. Well, so are you. All right. Averill, where can people find, follow you, or hear you next?
Just Averill Cates online. I've got one album released on all platforms, The Chemicals That Make Happiness. My next shows is going to be June 10th at the Cellar opening for Popsicle Rebels. And then June 11th, it'll be I believe it's a ticket giveaway for Bash in the Grass this year.
Nice.
And
that's out in like Diggins, Seymour, Missouri, right?
Last year it was. This year it's actually going to be in Marionville, Missouri.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Nice. Very cool. So I assume they can just find directions and that kind of stuff on your Facebook page or the flyer or whatever for that if they want to go?
Yeah, I'll be sharing a link to it and everything.
Nice. And you said you got an album out. Is that only on digital, or do you have any physical copies as well?
I don't have any physical copies yet because I'm lazy, but hopefully soon.
Nice. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was really nice to finally get to meet you.
Thank you for having me out.
Absolutely. Don't forget that times are hard for everybody, so may your cup of coffee and your love of music be strong, but your sense of humor be even stronger. We'll see you next week. Hello, darling. Nice. Damn it.